Welcome back to episode 005 of the Stereocast.
You're tuned into the Stereocast, a digital diary of our creative journey of stereo phase. If you're enjoying the show, consider subscribing and join us to our journey of 100 subscriptions.
On that note, we want to thank our 6 new subscribers on YouTube for a total of 15, as well as our Instagram followers growing by 2 for a total of 61. Thank you all so much for the support.
We make our cheese and wine from the direct support of you, the listener. Visit our website, stereoface.vision. That is stereoface.vision with no.com to see what's available and on the horizon. My name is Noah, and joining me as always today is Sam. How's that?
What up? Oh, how's it going, Noah?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Last episode had a lot of cuts in it. It's very heavily edited. And this week we want to try the opposite of that to see if we can have ourselves do more of a condensed episode, but keep it minimal on the cuts. So that's something that we're striving for this week. Yeah, let's just get into the updates. What do you think?
Yeah. How's your week been?
My week has been good. It's been an average week. Personally, I've been itching to play music live again. I've been not playing in a band since like March of last year, so we're coming up on a full year. And I just started recently doing like Instagram live videos, and I've been trying to push myself to do that more frequently, like literally just hop on live and play literally a song. And I've never experienced like the nervousness of that feeling of like going live, but even like before a performance, I haven't felt that in a very long time, even when I was playing in a band.
Right.
So it's been weird kind of shaking the dust off of trying to get back into the groove of performing for people.
Yeah.
So personally, that's what I'm up to, wanting to play more music. How about yourself?
Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear you go live more. I tuned in last night and some good stuff.
Oh,
man.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that.
For sure. Yeah, on my personal end, I've been having this car trouble with my Honda CR-V. Every time I put gas in it, like no matter how much gas, it just stalls out right when I try to turn it on. And it takes me like 2 or 3 tries to turn it on. I have to give it some gas while like pressing the brake down so it doesn't go anywhere. But it's pretty irritating. So,
what do you think that is?
It could be a plethora of things, unfortunately. I've been seeing there's this valve, but I've replaced the valve like 3 times, and it unfortunately has not gone away. So,
oh no.
Yeah, it's only when I put gas in it, so it is what it is. It's my winter beater. So.
Your winter beater, yeah.
So.
Well, also it's good that like you have knowledge of engines and being able to work on cars.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I had that, but I don't.
No, it helps. It makes it a little bit more frustrating and makes me a lot cheaper while working on it, but that's a good and a bad thing. But yeah, besides that, I woke up with a bit of a scratchy throat, so I'm drinking some peppermint honey tea, and we're trying to get rid of that.
As you should, because it feels like spring's on the way. Like you and I right now have the same exact weather. It's like 50 degrees and sunny outside, both in Michigan and Wyoming.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I got my blinds open. It's pretty.
It's so nice. Let's see, professional. My friend Josh reached out after he saw our one-on-one collab with Grant, and he said that we should make a stereo face guitar. And I feel like we had already talked about that previously.
Yeah, we briefly talked about it because you knew somebody who fully hand makes guitars.
Yep, he makes acoustic guitars from scratch. Shout out Charles.
Shout out Charles.
But yeah, we had talked about this before, and then he mentioned it again, and I was like, I mean, the fact that like we want music to be really intertwined into the brand. I think that's a really cool idea, and then just designing it from the ground up. So I think I think it'd be fun to greenlight that and get something going, because a few years ago I bought a Stu Mac Telecaster kit, and then it's just been sitting in my parents' basement for the past 2 or 3 years.
Right.
So honestly, I think it was just waiting for the perfect moment to become something great.
I think it's meant to be.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we could set aside time. It'd be fun to incorporate Charles, somebody who knows what they're doing, building a guitar, and make content out of it.
Yeah.
So I have to figure that out, because obviously I'm out here in Wyoming. Maybe that's I don't know. We'll talk about it more, but I think that'd be really fun to do.
Was that a a suggestion that we make one with Josh, or is he just suggesting it'd be cool to do a guitar for Stereo Face?
He just suggested that it would be cool, but I mean, I wouldn't mind if he has some design input, since he brought it up. I mean, it could be a 101 collab kind of thing.
That'd be cool. I didn't know. Does he play?
He does, yeah.
That's awesome.
When we were first becoming friends, that was one of the first things that we bonded over, because both of our dads were in bands growing up, so we had that in common, and we were both just learning, just being exposed to the music of our fathers. So sounds like he hasn't played in a while, but he recently got back into it in a feverish manner.
Gotcha.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, let's get in touch with him. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun too.
Yeah, man. I was kind of modifying a guitar I had, and I finally got it playable. So if I could do one on a relatively more professional level with somebody who knows what they're actually doing, I think that'd be so cool.
That would be cool. It's been a while since I've reached out to Charles too, but I'm pretty sure he's still in the business, and that'd be cool to reconnect on that level for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's note it and let's get on it. That'd be awesome.
Let's note it, 100%. What's up with you professionally? What's going on in the business? How are those hats coming?
Hats are good, dude. All 10 of them are completely deconstructed. I got the things done. What I want to do is I want to either set these under a UV light, or just set them out in the sun for until they're ready to be put on, because they're a little darker than what I would like. And also I want it to look a little distressed too, and faded. I love anything faded, just completely grabs my attention. So those are good. I need to find a bigger bucket or pot that can hold at least 3 gallons of water to dye them. So I got the dye. They're ready to go. Besides that, I think I don't know where the design is at. Have you had a chance to look at it?
No, dude, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. We still got a minute.
Okay, I'm glad we do. And I apologize for not following up on that, but no, I've not had time.
No, you got so much going on. You've been cranking them reels out.
Dude, the reels. I can't wait to get into that, because I'm so happy with how some of them are doing.
Same, man. Yeah, let's finish up on that, then we can get into that in a minute. But yeah, dude. Besides that, they're ready to go. Ready to get dyed. Ready after that, printed up. After that, sewn up, and good to go live. So shooting for the end of March. Still
end of March.
Okay. So
that's so sweet. Getting into interest, I have a very small one, and it's just a bit of a shout out. I was thrifting here in little old Laramie.
Okay.
There's a place called New to You, and actually I don't know if that's a chain or if it's just local, but anyway, there's a thrift store here called New to You that I was at, and I came across this piece that I'm wearing right here, a nice little fleece.
Okay.
And it's by a local brand that started up here in Laramie. It's called Atmosphere Mountain Works, Laramie, Wyoming.
Okay, that's so cool, dude.
Yeah, and they have a shop right downtown too. But I really like the material. Like this, it's got a pattern on it, on the actual like fleece base itself.
Yeah, I kind of see it.
And I have really fell in love with that. And obviously the patch, like I like how there's kind of like a lightning yellow color, so it ties in a little bit.
Right.
And obviously like the high vis pink, I think that's kind of sick too. Just a bit of a shout out because I don't know, I really like this piece, and I feel like it's worth mentioning what we're wearing sometimes. So
I completely agree. I completely.
Are you good?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. But
oh, brother. Yeah, luckily she just unplugged my headphones. That's my beautiful, lovely cat, little Percy.
Shout out to Percy.
Yeah, man, she's just a little beast.
Oh.
Cutest little beast. So I came across this page on Instagram called Cindy Guitars, and she's based out of New York, and she completely hand makes guitars out of wood from like buildings, houses, infrastructure and stuff like that from like historical New York. That it's all labeled. Like if you go on her Instagram, Cindy Guitars, it's she kind of lays it all out there. Her website is like a whole archive of guitars that she's done.
Dude, the choice in woods is insane. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, she probably sourced these from some crazy places.
Yeah. Like one of them was there's like a pizza shop that was pretty famous. I guess got tore down or redone or something, and she took that wood and made a guitar with referencing that pizza shop, and I thought that was awesome. She did one where I think she said it was Johnny Yoko's first New York house or something.
Wow.
And got the wood from it, and yeah, man, just made a guitar out of it, dude.
Her designs are really cool.
Yeah, they're super original. There's so much effort and thought that goes into them. It's sick. I love it. I love everything about it.
Dude, yeah. Shout out Instagram Cindy Guitars.
Something I would support if I had the money. So completely check it out.
Future collaboration.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. That's right. Sweet, dude. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah.
I want to get into some like one-on-one stuff too, which is a little bit like nerdier metric stuff. But the other thing I want to talk about is what we mentioned last week, which is like the environmental impact of Stereoface. The big thing that I like, what prompted this was I really got into the idea of spinning our own yarn. And just because like on YouTube, literally I was recommended a video on how to do it, and I was like, oh, no way.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can you make a t-shirt like this? And then I found out that doing it by hand is it's nearly impossible. But then that got me thinking of like, okay, how can obviously we don't want to invest in like an industrial thing to make our own t-shirts out of. Can we like really commit to sourcing t-shirts that are secondhand? And this would require going to thrift stores and really sourcing out good blanks. And to what degree can we even, if it's like a graphic tee, can we go through a process of removing the chemicals, which I guess that requires chemicals to remove the ink, which, I mean, that has some environmental impact, I'm sure. But I guess that's something to look into. But the one thing I wanted to bring up is like, what if we, at least in our current stage, only use secondhand shirt blanks? I mean, it requires some effort to source the shirts rather than going to like Shirt Space and literally getting 25 in this size, 25 in this size, 25 in this size, having it sent. Now we've got to like curate it. But maybe that's part of the allure is these shirts are highly curated. It's just a thought I had of like how we can be more like conscious, but I guess I'm not thinking of like the labor involved if it's going to be worth that investment.
Right. Well, I mean, it's definitely possible, and it's something I've thought about as well. I've, especially at the scale where we're at, like our last drop was 12 of one, 18 of another. And those included varying sizes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be outlandish to try and source these tees. The only problem would be consistency of them.
Yep.
Especially if they're used and how they're washed. More than anything, because I mean, I'm sure there's ways we can get stains out, at least mostly. And I would love to do some homework on removing like a print from
existing ink.
An existing ink, and how environmentally friendly that is versus just buying a new blank. I don't think the labor would be necessarily an issue for now, just because of our scale. So I would definitely be willing to put in that work. And I think that would add a lot more to the products that we sell. I think it'd be super cool. I'm wondering if there's ways we can like get in touch with like a Goodwill sourcing or like a Salvation Army sourcing. And if there's, say, where we want to do a run of 30 white t-shirts that we print on.
Yeah.
Just this many sizes, this many sizes, this many sizes of like a white blank in this size. Or if like doing like a Facebook post or like local like flyers or I don't know. I think there's a couple ways we could go about doing it. Or if there's some, I know like when t-shirts go to waste, they kind of, some places will kind of just package them up and ship them out like overseas and stuff. So I'm wondering if that's a route we could take, or just straight flat out buying off like eBay. I'm sure people do like lots of, like a lot of 30 blank t-shirts that are used or something.
Yeah, I like all of those ideas. But just in general, like I really want to lean into reuse. Like I even saw how people, which just goes back into like spinning yarn, of like how people can literally cut up a t-shirt, into like in like strips like that, and then they can draft that into yarn too.
Sure.
So, and obviously like that would probably, that's farther down the road in terms of like when we get into more cut and sewn pieces. Like it'd be cool to only have our thread for cut and sewn, or something like that. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. I guess if anybody listening has made it in this far to the episode and they have some ideas, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
Because we would love to just figure out more ways that we can be environmentally friendly and really lean into like reuse. Because there's so much product out there right now. That we could take advantage of. I think that's kind of, especially a brand our size, like it'd be cool to like, I don't know, just come up with like a new business model where like we can implement the reuse of goods and make it like profitable. And hopefully like encourage other brands to like adopt a similar model for what they're doing too.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. There was last week I was talking about like a written piece that I wrote for myself that kind of helped me walk myself through an internal dilemma that I was having with our screen printing, and it mainly focused on what's the true, what are we truly adding to like the world by doing this? Are we helping anything, or are we just putting out cool designs? And while that could be adding something, I would like to be adding more of a positive impact and help something, no matter how small, I guess. So like my thing was Like we're going to buy 30 t-shirts, even though it's such a small scale. Does that really make a difference if we don't go and source it versus just doing that? Because 30 versus a brand that could be doing like hundreds of thousands, 30 isn't going to make that big of a dent, but it could potentially lead into a direction of being a little bit more environmentally conscious about how not only we source, but then how other brands source. But yeah, I'd say either way, I think it would add a lot more to what we do.
An idea in terms of like make what we put out more meaningful is to have a process behind when you own one of our shirts. Like we have a process in place of you get it gets delivered to you, and you wear it and you like it, and like most people, eventually it kind of takes a back seat in your wardrobe.
Sure.
At which point, then we encourage you to cut it up, and you can ship it back to us. Or I guess before you cut it up, you could make the choice to donate it. But even donating, because I feel like, I don't know, even though you have good intentions of donating, like kind of like you said, like shirts do end up in bulk getting shipped off somewhere else, whether it be a landfill or whatever. Yeah, if we have a process in place of you enjoy it, you use it, then when you're done, you do this. And
like a
help.
Stereoface recycling program.
Yeah.
For aged out garments. Yeah. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, even like just come up with like a nice like pamphlet or something, or make it like make it feel premium.
Sure.
But with the intent of like what you're wearing is like you can wear it all the time and have it forever if you love it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, there's this contingency of you can cut it up, send it back to us. You can cut it up and you can use it as like a weed barrier in your garden or something. So I don't know, just come up with some sort of process behind it.
I think it'd be cool to like we could do like a send back program where we repurpose it. But I think putting together a pamphlet of or even like a digital document that's on the website of different things that you could do with your discarded t-shirts that you can recycle yourself. Like if you're into gardening, here's a couple things that could help. If you're wanting to soundproof a room, here's a couple things that could do, or whatever we could find. We put that in place,
and then we just need to like incentivize people to do that, to where essentially like we could do it on like an order basis of you receive your order, it's attached to an order number. If and when you decide that you're going to move on from whatever garment, you send us an email with what you're choosing to do with the order number, you let us know, and then we document that, and then we'll send them some sort of like discount for their next purchase or something.
Oh, sure.
I don't know, just trying to incentivize more people to want to do the reuse.
Like a 10% off, 25% off.
Yeah.
Like discount code if you kind of document your recycling. After you're done with it. Yeah, man, I think that could be super cool. That could add a lot to our story, I guess.
And especially like if we can keep track of all that data and have it lead to something. Like if we have, X amount of people do this, use it in their garden, or we have X amount of people use it as soundproofing, or X amount of people donate it to somebody who actually likes it, or whatever. There's some big goal that they're helping contribute to. So I don't know, it could be helping us fund a new project. It could be like us, I don't know. We got to think about it. But incentivification, if that's the word, and then also keeping track of the data.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's how you hold people's attention.
No.
If we can get their attention focused on reuse, that would be cool, because I feel like that's how you make like meaningful change, first in like a small community, and then hopefully it just keeps growing from there.
100%, man. I'm 100% on board with all of that. I think that could be super cool, and I'd love to throw it together.
Leave a comment, please, if you have ideas or anything. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Maybe we could put out like a poll or something, or like I don't know, some kind of briefly explaining what we're talking about right here.
I think you bring up a really good point, which kind of like gave me some hope of like, yeah, like we are small enough that like we could source some t-shirts. Like, sure, there'll be different blanks, and then we'll probably have to do more like back end work of maybe like saying what kind of blank it is so people know what they're buying.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think at our size, I think that's very reasonable to at least put in the work to like go find some blanks.
I think so. And even if we just do like one collection and see how it does, I think we totally can make that happen.
That's good. Yeah, I think we should do that as a proof of concept, is just like make a small collection of it.
Yeah, see how viable it is to actually source 30 or 20 relatively consistent colors, sizing, and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, let's go for it. Let's try it.
Sweet. Yeah, dude. Well, does that wrap up our environmental conversation?
I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I have too much more to add.
Okay. It's not a proper Stereoface outro if Noah's video isn't altered in some capacity. So we're gonna put a pin in the Stereocast here. Thank you all so much for watching. Shout out to our 6 new subscribers on YouTube. That's insane. Very pleased that in 1 week 6 new people decided to drop a sub, and then our additional 2 Instagram followers. So thank you all. Thank you to all of our subscribers, all of our followers. And we'll see you guys for the next Stereocast. Leave a comment, like the video, do what you got to do. But leave us a comment in terms of like feedback. We need some sort of engagement. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.